guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Abby from Kyuujin, and today we're back with you guys for Bleach, Thousand New Blood Words, Part 3, Episode 8.
Baby, hold my hand, hold your hand, hold your hand. So, last episode, the shinigamis, tried to get close to the main tower so they can get to Yhwach, but they were stopped by the other Quinchies, who gave them a warm welcome.
A very warm welcome.
You got Grimjo, who went on his own, ended up on his face, and now Ichigo's saving him. He's gonna love that. You got most of the shinigamis who were shot by the sniper dude, and we're wondering if some of them are dead, because it looks like it was fatal. And we feel like when Renji was about to get shot, Ishida intervened. They faced each other and it was really badass, but then Ishida used something to strip Renji of his spiritual pressure so he could not use Shikai or Bankai. Renji proved him wrong, that no, baby, it comes from my soul, I can still fight, and then he got shot in the chest.
Yeah.
So according to Ishida, it's because he never really liked him. But yeah, it looks like he's out of the race, and hopefully someone can show up and help, maybe Rukia. We know for sure that he does not hate Rukia, so that's going to be interesting. And Kenpachi's on his own with Kurotsuchi, and they want to have some fun. According to the thumbnail of this episode, I think we're following them.
They will have some fun.
Yeah. So let's jump in this episode and see what happens. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Alright, let's go!
He gave him a target. To be fair, it was too good. The aim here. It looks bad.
That's a lot of blood.
Oh, maybe that's why he shot.
Looking at him, yeah.
He was being evaluated. He was being looked. Oh, so maybe that's why he shot him, and he didn't leave him
a chance.
He's under scrutiny all the time. That would explain it.
It is true that they do not trust him yet.
Yeah, they don't. Okay.
それとも独り言かね。ならば無視するが、お互い初めて見たものを相手に質問13体にいるとも思えんがね。無視されて当然。
When in doubt, just attack first. He's a weird one, so Kenpachi's good for this. And I love that he listened right away. They could be the worst team up or the best. Okay. It happened off screen? What the fuck? They were so fast. He didn't lose. Okay, he's just okay.
That's cheating.
But he's got like the best brain in Soul Society right there. He gets the weirdest enemy this arc.
Always.
He's doing what anime does.
It's called thinking out loud.
But yeah, they could be the best or the worst team up ever. Depends on how it goes. One is purely cerebral and
one is
bloodthirsty and bloodthirsty, and the other, yeah, brawn and bloodthirsty. So,
I mean, if Kurotsuchi tells Kenpachi what to do, he's gonna do it.
I love that he answered. Well, I mean, he did get to, we didn't see him attack or whatever, and some stuff happened too fast for us to notice. But I love that he warned him and he answered right away. That's great. I mean, that's experience, but you trust the other captains to be good enough to know their shit.
To know his shit, yeah.
You can't talk about creepy.
下手に手出したらめちゃくちゃ怒られるんだから。
そう思います。参り様がお呼びになるまで動くなと常に命じられていますので。
Unfortunately, she is a tool.
されるとも思えませんけど。
Zaraki could be dead and he wouldn't ask for help. He's untwisting it? Or he's being twisted more? The fuck? He pulled the Raikage! He's like, no, that thing is possessed.
血だまりになるまで折りたたまれた。どうなって
He fucking tore his arm off.
Arms are so addicted right now, it's fine.
But it affected only his arm. Just figure out what triggers it.
と思うかね。
Maybe both.
どっちでもいい。こいつの能力は。
今の時点で言えるのは奴には近づく、
Don't let it touch you or whatever.
近づくなだ。
こいつの腕を縛って止血しろ。
どうやって切るってんだ。
また質問かね。対処する方法をこれから。
悪いな、独り言だ。
Hey,
力がこっちに届く前に。
man, you might lose the other arm.
If he does, gonna fight with his feet. Oh,
No, it did nothing. His legs, his legs.
what the fuck?
Dude. No, that sounds like a betrayal, but I think he helped him. He did something. No, fuck that shit. Come on.
黒土、
Come on, stop.
てめえ。
やはり獅子を止めただけでは他が折れるかね。
Yeah, me too.
麻酔が効いて何よりだ。
He's got weird ways of doing things, man.
麻酔が効いたということはおのずと割れたことになる。神経だ。敵の体に潜り込ませて強制的に制御してい
And
く。
therefore, okay.
恐るるに足りんよ。
I have no nerves. But he's on top of him, man. As creepy as he is, he's good.
興味深い。
It's crying out.
He just absorbed acid through his
Yeah, well,
nerves.
bitch, you shouldn't face
ない
us.
かね。効く薬なら5万とある。
You got the worst opening for a type of attack, man.
国のためだよ。
Stop crying about
なか
it.
っただけでも動かせるとは。次に君を刺す時までには麻痺性能をさらに改良しておくとしよう。
By the time I stab you again.
わざと隊長を突っ込ませやがってな。
He is like that.
面白そうだからそのためには隊長が邪魔だったってわけか。そっちの隊
Yeah,
長
well,
は
it's reassuring.
We can count on
そう
that.
願います。
どういう意味だ
You hope that's the case. What's up?
What are you saying, girl?
Have you noticed something? Is something wrong?
我々は君の能力の正体という、これがどういうことかわかるかね。奇妙なクイーンしよう。私が言いたいのはつまり涙がこぼれそうだということだ。
Bitch, you cannot
Metaphorical
cry.
tears.
尊い犠牲の上にある。この感動的な犠牲に敬意を表して、として私に捧げるべきだと言っているんだよ。
Yeah, I'd be pissed too.
おやおや。
Just give up so I can experiment on you.
これは
Next level. Okay.
レオの左腕、というわ
Ah, interesting. And disgusting.
ってのはこんなでけえのかよ。
Questionable. So that arm just decided to follow Yhwach?
け。内田家が契約を交わしていたのが
And this one was stillness. So this one is
か
chain?
ら離れて動いていたとしても何らの疑問もない。
His limbs are making deals.
なぜレオの左腕が
Yeah.
あの元にいるのか。そんな疑問
He raises the questions, but then he moves
些
on.
細なことだよ。
But it'd be fucking powerful.
言葉が通じるのかね。興味は尽きないよ。
The fact that everything he uses looks alive.
何がそんなに嬉しいんだよ。
見たこともない観察対象を見つけ、
Everything is an experiment to
出
him.
てくる喜びでないなら一体なんだ。
He's having a blast.
もっと見せてくれ、レオの左腕。
左、違う、名前、
It developed its own identity.
ハルカジャス。
長いね。君ではないのだから、命名権は私にある。 本人からの申請だ。特例として認めてやらんこと。
They're just on the side judging.
スペルはこちらで決めさせてもらうがね。
敵の言う悪く許さない。
I
神
mean,
経を通すことができるとは壮大だ。いいね。
he's so in love with this. Something new. He's a true scientist. I mean, get to the brain. Whatever's controlling the nerves, you stop that, you stop everything else. Although his plan is not to stop anything, he wants to study it.
True.
Annoying fly! And can someone help Kenpachi, please?
わめくな
You lost your
They're glowing now.
awesome cloak.
ダメだ黒土隊長地面にはあいつの神経が
Yeah. Okay. I will give him that, he's good.
当然だこれは君ら空
Hover shoes.
中方法非連脚だよもっとも石田雨竜の用いていた故障であるから別なものがあるのかもしれんがね全てに張り巡らせようとも踏みさえしなければないということだよ
He learns from every single fight. That's what I said, everything he uses is alive, man.
検体をいただこう
Ugh.
How many test subjects does he have
Too
in
many.
his arsenal?
Like, it's hard when you see him fight to understand, like, am I rooting for him or not?
Should we?
The cut off fingers are developing a conscience too? Ah.
血管筋肉の配置を組み替え
Holy shit! Okay.
Holy shit!
Oh, he's good.
た不出来だね
He did change it.
片腕し
Cover it up.
ていなかったから勘が鈍ったか無様なことだよ
今焦ってる
君のこと
I think he's still fine. He's not panicking per se. I hate this.
別の左手になるのか
He might have to stop what he wants to do, which is to keep him alive to experiment.
若い頃目にした書物に霊王の右手は静止左手は全身
You
を
were still weird, man.
Advancement.
書物で得た知識は知識でしかない信じないたちなんだがこうも立て続けに体験することになるとはね素晴らしい戦い
It's the perfect enemy for him then. Advancement. It's his whole purpose.
挽回
Okay.
まずい時地
Yeah, run.
蔵一帯に毒を撒いてさらに隊長
Yeah.
そんな
Or he changed it.
ことするものかね
Okay. You made an actual baby. Okay. So it changed then. His bunkai is different.
臨月だよ
It was in the womb all this time.
金色足そぎ地蔵
And the other guy's name was too long.
私が金色足そぎ地蔵を改造して作った池
He's not an offspring.
It makes sense though.
戦闘中に送り込んだ情報をもとに足そぎ地蔵を生み落とすこと
So it's gonna be something to defeat the left arm then.
It'll be made specifically for the situation.
That is disturbing. Still creepy as fuck.
My golden boy.
Time to shine.
この足そぎ地蔵は
Ah, so you won't be able to twist shit.
触れても地面に触れても走るわけだがまあそれは置いといてだ
Why do I feel bad for that thing?
He doesn't care.
神経が7万の層に分かれているということこいつに神経を打ち込んで
な
畳んで終わり
So you try to do it 70,000 times. It's just like he uses actual people to create his weapons and shit.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't care if it's hurting anything.
Organic weapon. That's a way to do
ど
stuff.
うした構わんのだよ飲み込まれる前に神経を7万回打ち込めるのならね
What do you think of him? Like maybe one day he'll cross too many lines and he'll
Maybe.
change. Like his whole thing is change. What if we have to stop him? Baby, hold your hand. Weird.
That was so weird.
I said it before.
Cool fight, but still weird.
Kurotsuchi has always been in that very gray, closer to dark area where you're not sure if you should root for him even if he's on your side.
Yeah.
The whole fact that is he was happy to be separated. Like he intentionally went on his own because he didn't want other people to stop him from doing shit like
I mean,
this.
he is one of the mad geniuses.
We talked about how he's a scientist. We talked about how with scientists It's about progress, right? Before, first time we saw him fight in this arc, right? Progress for the sake of progress is one thing. Progress for the sake of saving society, right? Okay, you can justify that. But Kurotsuchi is so curious. He's such the example of a good scientist, right? That he doesn't stop anywhere. He wants to create better things. He wants to make better weapons. He wants to evolve. It's always about progress with him. It's about change, which is why I thought it was cool that this arm was his enemy, because it said it was about not change but advancement. Right? That's his whole thing. He is the product of all the previous fights. Every time he faces an enemy, he learns from them. He uses Quincy methods because he's seen them before. He adapts his weapons. He adapts his bankai. He makes it bigger and better in order to not suffer the same consequences or make the same mistakes in his next fight. Except he's not, like, he's okay with doing this with enemies and also with allies. He uses allies in order to also be better. He literally said, I stabbed you and, like, I made mistakes with Kenpachi this time, but next time I stab you, now I'll know to use more, like, anesthetic and stuff.
Anesthesia,
and then, like,
yes.
he does it with everyone, because for him, it doesn't really matter. People only exist to help him advance. He's doing it for Soul Society, but
People are merely tool to his work.
I mean, I was noticing when he was using the umbrellas, they had eyes. They were reacting to pain, and I was like, everything he uses
Every weapons in his arsenal are
alive.
used to be people.
And like, later when he used the thing and we saw the face and stuff, it became even more obvious. But yeah, everything he uses, it's either test subjects that he transformed, or it's a direct result of someone else's suffering when he faced them, when he learned from them, when he didn't kill them but captured them and brought them back to experiments. Like, he is very in the middle but closer to bad for me, right? He's hard to root for, and her saying that she hopes he hasn't changed makes me worried that he might have changed too much. Like, if he changes himself so much because his thing is advancement, what happens if he changes one too many times and becomes something that you can no longer trust? So, and I mean, I don't even think we can trust him now, but what happens if he changes so much that he becomes an enemy, that we have to stop him, that he's become too dangerous, that we can't keep him around, or that he doesn't care about society anymore?
If even Nemu, who is an AI, a robot basically
Created by him,
question if he's changed, if he's not the same guy that he used to be, I think that we need to worry a bit.
Her look that she sent him, and she's not supposed to have emotions, like she's not supposed to react like that, like, outwardly at least. So I'm like, it felt like she was worried still, and I'm like,
She's questioning what's going on.
Yeah, well, his laugh and everything, like what he's willing to do, what he's willing to create, and the limits that he raises, because he doesn't give a shit about crossing them. Maybe he's gone too far, and if he goes too far, I do wonder though, like, she was created by him. Maybe, like, I kind of hope that she'll do something to stop him if he crosses those limits. I'll also be wondering, if that happens, what if he created her with the intention of her being a failsafe if he
goes too far?
Like, that'd be interesting, because she is his creation as well. So if he does, get to a point where we have to stop him or do something about him, like bring him down a little bit. I'm not talking about killing him. I'm talking about bringing him down, because I think it's getting to his head. If she gets to be the one to do that, I'd feel like it'd be weirdly poetic that his creation would be stopping the creator. Kind of like, you've gone too far. Now let me bring you back to who you used to be, because I represent your humble beginning. But I don't know if we can talk about humble beginnings with him.
No.
But still, like, progress for the sake of progress is dangerous. He was literally talking about this, right? He was saying that to learn just to learn is just doesn't lead to anything, right? You got to change stuff. You got to create stuff. That's all great, but if you change too much, you're no longer yourself. That's not good.
But seeing his organic weapon, I do have a question though. You said that maybe those are his previous enemies that he had to face, but we know that there's some sort of corruption.
Or test subjects.
test subject, but there's just a lot of corruption in the CRT as we know.
Oh,
Do you think that those test subjects are people from the
Could be. They never
the
really
more
cared.
poor districts
I wouldn't be
that
surprised.
nobody cares about?
I would not be surprised because they never really cared about the outer circles, right? And they literally were okay at the beginning of this arc with killing a bunch of you know, souls and shinigamis, like to rectify the balance. So he doesn't care about that because at the end of the day, he is doing this for the survival of Soul Society, which in his head is justified, and to a certain extent we could justify it, but they're not the good guys. The good guy for me is Ichigo and his friends, right? They are doing this to save their loved ones, and they don't want to kill if they can avoid it. They're trying to do the right thing. Kurotsuchi has a job to do, and he's gonna do everything to get that job done. My big worry is like now he's at a point where like everything he creates is made out of the suffering of others, and like he doesn't care who is hurt from his experiments. Like literally his new Bankai, like he birthed a baby that feels
With his
so
nerves
much
on the
pain.
outside, yeah.
Yeah, just for the sake of capturing an enemy. So what can't you do if you're willing to do shit like that for the sake of capturing someone alive? And I was wondering, like, it looked like the more, you know, he was cutting fingers and they were just growing back and stuff. It felt like in order to do what he wants to do, which is to capture him alive so he can do experiments, he'd have to find a new strategy, or he'd have to abandon that strategy altogether and kill the enemy, do what's right. And he didn't do that. He always comes up with something to follow his plan. But doing that, he crosses limits. So I'm wondering if he'll cross one too many limits and then we'll have to intervene. I do know that there's a part 2 to this episode.
Maybe Old Man Hand too.
Well, yeah, like not next episode, but episode 10 is Baby Hold Your Hand 2. So I'm thinking we'll see more of that. And now that the enemy's done, unless the enemy comes back because he's not been subdued, I do wonder. But dude, you're crossing so many lines and you're creating things that suffer. No one is okay with that. No one can be okay with that. Yet you're calling it like progress and saying that that's the future and that's how we should do things. I think you're making a mistake. To be fair though, him and Kenpachi teaming up at first was a good idea. He's the brains and Kenpachi was the brawn. Kenpachi's whole strategy is usually to suffer whatever's in his path and just make it through, right?
No matter what happened, you need to cut it.
Usually he's strong enough to survive this and just make it through, but those enemies are, you know, different. Their powers are different. You won't be that lucky all the time, so it's a good thing that you have allies, so listen to those allies when you can. You ended up being with the weirdest of all allies, and he did use you,
Yeah.
but you're not dead. You lost an arm, but you're not dead. And it's Bleach, it's Soul Society. We can do something about that.
Grow them back.
We can create like a bionic arm or something.
I guess.
Kurotsuchi is made up of parts. Made up of parts. Wait, he's bits and pieces. He can do something if he wants. But yeah, like the whole thing with Kurotsuchi, like we were saying, the big question with him is he gonna bring back the zombies, like the people that have been changed, that we care about? But if his thing is about progress, he could be saying like, well, no, we don't need them to go back to who they used to be, right? Because this is progress, right? They're stronger like this, and they're less of a hassle. But that's not how we want things. That's not how they want things.
That's not what we need.
Yeah, well, he's gonna have to be stopped, or at least shook a little bit. Like, just make him realize that progress, yes, but maybe in another direction. We'll see.
Alright.
Okay, so that was a creepy episode, man. Creepy enemy and creepy Shinigami facing him. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't, the next one shall be out on YouTube next week or soon. So we're gonna see you then, guys.
Bye!